everybody. Welcome to Dat Wrasslin Podcast. It is broke, Ben. This is Dat Wrasslin Podcast. How's it going, everybody? This is Sheepshifter with Benjamin Rivers, Streetkilln HD, and Soulamazin Gaming. What's up, guys? How are you?
What it do?
Absolutely dreadful. I know I am.
You're dreadful?
We're all doing well, guys.
Dreadful.
We're all doing well.
Yeah.
He said
Life is good.
dreadful. What's the
I am very dreadful, but yeah, I've already told you the whole story, so I'm not gonna do it again.
Alright.
So,
That's right.
Set aside those personal
Monday Night Raw.
feelings.
Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was raw. There was something raw about it, that's for sure. It was probably one of the worst Raws to me personally in, like, I don't know, 6 months, and that's saying something because we've had some really bad Raws.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, buddy.
So we'll just kick it right off.
Started out well, and then it got
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. You had well, the first little bit was 20 minutes. That whole thing took 20 minutes long with Kurt Angle and Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre and the whole announcement, and then Alexa Bliss and all that. That took 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's for a 3-hour show. Even that's a lot dedicated to just talking and blah blah blah. Although the Alexa Bliss thing, it seems like there's some rumors going around that she may be stepping into more of a managerial role. I think Street posted that earlier today for us. And I could see some credibility to that. And I mean, she seems like a good fit for that type of role, in my opinion. Seems like maybe she might be on like the verge of not being able to compete anymore. Maybe some kind of retirement type deal or something until she can get cleared. I don't know. So yeah, that took way too long. So I don't know what you mean about it starting off well, because it started off with the Riot Squad versus Natalya, Sasha, and Bayley. That was the first match. So we've never seen this match before, by the way. This was the first time anybody's ever seen Natalya, Sasha, and Bayley face the Riot Squad. So we had that, going.
Never ever seen it.
First time ever. This was the how it got a C. I don't know, because it's an F. I've seen it 9 million times. They complain about seeing the same thing over and over again, but they give this a C, I guess, just because women are wrestling. And I mean, that's one thing to say, but it's not the fact that women are wrestling. It's the quality of the matches aren't up to par, especially for the women competing. I know Soul at one point was a fan of Ruby Riott, I believe.
in NXT.
Yeah, in NXT. She's completely wasted. I was a fan of not Sasha Banks, but Bayley for a while. Not necessarily in the... I wasn't a fan. I just respected what she stood for. So, I mean, it's tough to see all these stars being underutilized. And especially to the same exact thing over and over again, week after week after week.
Yeah, can we actually just talk about the whole, the whole glass breaking? Well, the glass is broken by Ruby Riott.
That was pretty disgusting to me. That it was one big noteworthy thing.
Before we even talk about it,
go ahead.
can we please explain to the audience what we are talking about, glass
Yeah,
breaking?
previously, before the match, Natalya had a promo, and she said that she was taking her father's sunglasses to the ring with her. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, who recently passed away. R.I.P. Jim Neidhart. It seems very, very disrespectful to use the death of Jim Neidhart in a storyline.
Yep.
I know that WWE is, not one to pull punches, or, definitely doesn't mind going there. But it just seems like for Natalya to go for it, you know, to sit there and let that be, which, you know, maybe that's what Jim Neidhart would have wanted. You know, I don't really know. You could argue that, you know, that would probably be the way somebody who loved wrestling would want to be remembered, you know, to still be involved and still be a part of it. But I think that it wasn't good to me that they would just snap even though they're clearly probably a prop and not really his sunglasses, the cringy, over the top crying about them, and you know, it was bad. It was really, really bad. There was nothing C worthy on this. This was a D- at best.
I just like wanted to change the channel when she started crying and just sitting there. I'm like, oh my god, this is the worst acting ever. She can't fake cry for shit.
And then they ended it with like a still shot on her face and she had slobber over her mouth.
Oh yeah, yeah, I was just gonna say that. She had like slobber all over her fucking face and shit. It's like, that sounds fine, man.
Yeah. Just bad stuff all around. No good.
This match is definitely not what I meant by the show starting off well.
Yeah, well...
What I meant was the opening segment and the promise of having Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, and if Kurt won, he was going to be the captain of the Survivor Series.
But that with the other stipulation being that he was on the Survivor Series team. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't want to see Kurt Angle wrestle anymore. I don't want to see Triple H or Shawn Michaels wrestle anymore. I don't want to see The Undertaker wrestle anymore. I'm good.
Kane.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I agree, especially now after the Super Showdown and the Crown Jewel, like, now I'm really far over it.
If they would do it like
Slowdown, we had Crown Jewel. Jeez.
Crown Jewel.
I forgot. I didn't. I hadn't heard Super Slowdown. That's a good one. That's new.
Hey.
That's good.
Yeah, you have an Australian here, so
that's right.
Yeah.
We do have an Australian
Super
here.
We have an Australian in this. Yeah, Australian in this podcast. So.
Oh, he really liked the Super Slowdown, huh?
No, okay. The only best bit about it was.
Why didn't they call it? Hold on, I have a really big marketing question, and it just dawned on me, and I don't know why they didn't do it, but why didn't they call it Super Showdown Under?
I don't know.
Okay.
It seems like a wasted opportunity, if you ask me. I'm just saying.
Sheep, can I just say something? Actually,
Yeah.
well, speak of which, at least Super Showdown did much better than Crown Jewel. Just saying.
Ooh. Shots fired.
I would actually bring that idea now. So yeah, you actually now want to just go disrespect a Australian show. Well, how about if I actually show disrespect to the Saudi Arabia show? That's actually sounds fair now.
That really shows us because we're.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows us. Thank you, Ben.
Ouch.
Thank you for disrespecting us like that.
I mean, streets were the most American part of America, Boston.
Yeah.
Well, I said it, so...
Home of the baked beans.
It's all over.
Ouch! Yeah, let me just drop
in the Boston Tea Party.
Pipe bomb, engage. Yeah, that's how you drop a pipe bomb. Pipe bomb engaged.
Alright, so yeah, and we go from one great starting match at Soulfooted to even better, Jinder Mahal and Apollo Crews. Who could wait to see this contest? This is one for the storybooks, folks. One for the ages. You're going to tell your grandchildren and your grandchildren's children about this. This is going to be passed on, you know, down the line. They're going to be talking about it. I mean, if the world doesn't end in the next 100 years, you know, they'll still be talking about this match then. Apollo Crews defeating Jinder Mahal by pinfall. What else can I say about it, you know, that I haven't already said? It's an amazing match.
question: where was the other Singh brother? Where was he in this during this match?
I was wondering that too, because I remember at one point you guys said that he came back, and I haven't seen him.
Yep. Maybe he wasn't on this one.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'll be honest, I wasn't really paying attention for this match or the previous one. I just kind of had it on background.
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
I mean,
how dare you sit there? Call yourself a WWE thing. Call yourself a member of a podcast and not watch Jim Hall versus Paul Cruz with full attention.
What can I say, man? What can I say?
Oh, I'm just saying. Well, I didn't see the match either. Well, I did see the next match. Wow, yeah, but I did see the next match.
All I can say is Shanti. Shanti.
Oh, he just needs to bring that back.
Straight, thank God you. Straight, thank God you're actually not sending out award now.
Ben,
Yeah,
don't worry about
actually
the
got.
award yet. Right?
Oh, okay, cool. But,
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, the next match we can probably move on to was one that we'll probably have some opinions about, or at least I do. Seth Rollins, I don't know why it says and Dean Ambrose versus the Authors of Pain for the Raw Tag Team titles. This was Seth Rollins versus the Authors of Pain, but it was more like Seth Rollins versus Authors of Pain on tranquilizers. I don't know what's going on here where WWE paints the picture that Seth Rollins just destroys AoP alone basically for half of the match, and then AoP suddenly, through the help of Drake Maverick no less, is able to defeat Seth Rollins. This is just ridiculous storytelling. I mean, they can't let Seth Rollins win a Universal title, but he can take on AoP by himself and nearly win.
I know. I
this
understand
was
why.
no.
I understand why they did this, because they don't want to make Seth look like he can't handle himself.
No one looks like they
people.
can't handle themselves in a handicap match against two giant people who
they're on.
You're supposed to lose.
They're on different levels, basically.
They're not supposed to
Seth
be.
Rollins is
AoP
like,
is supposed to dominate the tag division
like
if they win the belt. They're not supposed to. They're not a threat if they can defeat one person. It's the same. It's the same argument we had about Braun Strowman holding the title on his own. It made all the rest of the tag team division look weak if one person could defeat two. It's the exact same opposite. It's the same thing with the other way around. That if you have two people that can't beat one, then it makes the whole tag team division just look like a bunch of chumps. I mean,
here's the thing: he didn't beat them both. He had the upper arm a little bit.
The upper arm.
At the beginning of the match, and that's all they wanted to do. I mean, what if they just, flat out beat him in like 1 minute? That'd be kind of disappointing.
Yeah, but there's two lines. There's like two extremes. There's like beat him instantly or almost win, and they just went to the far extreme of the other side. Why couldn't they just be somewhere in the middle where, he has a little bit of a, energy burst here, and he does a little bit of offense here, and a little bit of excitement, but not he dominates AoP for the whole match.
It's kind of like half the match.
Only half.
Yeah, they should have went half and half. A little bit of it was unbelievable to me. There's no fucking way. I don't care how good Seth Rollins is. There's no way on God's green earth he takes on AoP alone.
That's debatable.
No, it's not. It's just. I mean,
I'm talking about God's green earth.
In the Attitude Era, maybe. Something like that could get over, because that's when you had the era of disbelief. You could.
True, yep.
Now everything is realistic. You can't do that now.
Yeah.
It's just. It blew my mind that they would do that to AoP and to Seth Rollins. I mean, yeah, it makes Seth Rollins look badass. But he's going to be wasted over the next, 3-4 months in a feud with Dean Ambrose. And I know some people will say, oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great again. We've seen it again. You know, it's like seeing the New Day versus the Bar or the New Day versus the Usos. We've seen it. You know, it's good. We know it'll be good, but it won't be, you know, that good because we've got a bunch of other good stuff to compare it to. I don't want to see Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose again, and that's what we're going to get for 3 months. So it feels like a wasted push when all he was going to do was just feud with Dean Ambrose. Or are they going to bar it up and fight out their differences and then bro hug it out at the end and go take their belts back from AoP? I don't know. But I kind of don't care.
I don't actually see that happening. I don't see that actually happening.
Seth Rollins should have had his Universal title push by now at some point, somewhere, somehow. Or send him to fucking SmackDown to feud with AJ Styles and take the belt from AJ Styles and they can battle back and forth a little bit or something like that. But stop wasting the biggest talent on your roster to, you know, I don't know. I'm done.
Sheep had a lot to say.
Did.
Yeah, he actually did, but...
Alright, Sheep.
I was mad about this whole situation. AoP, they're not the greatest, but they're better than Bludgeon Brothers. You know, it's kind of annoying to me. You know, one of them is a legit badass and you know, won a few fights in UFC. The other one, you know, is even bigger than him, so I don't see it. Just doesn't make sense to me that they would just do that. You guys thoughts?
I don't know. I don't have really much to say about it, so.
I actually will say this. I actually am like very excited just to see what happens between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Yeah, I know that Sheep doesn't want to actually see this, but what I actually may have actually okay. I know it. Nope. No, I actually. Okay, no, I'm actually not going to say the thing I was about to say. What do you think of this whole thing when I actually posted it on like to you guys? I think it was about the whole Renee Young business, but I don't know if that's going to be it.
No, Ben, we're not even going to discuss that because that's the worst kind of tabloid news I've heard in a long time. Well, they're not going to use Renee Young's relationship and say that she's cheating on Dean Ambrose, and that's why he's gone crazy. If they did that, I'm done. I'm not watching Raw at all. I feel like that's bad because it's almost like I'm doing it to boycott, but then it's not helping Renee Young at all, right?
Okay, Sheep. This is what you actually now have to like figure, because I actually am going to just steal just a little bit of a page out of Soul's playbook here when he actually uses the word business question. Well, if they actually did this, yeah, but I will say this, WWE, they will do anything just for business. So maybe, well, they actually did have Brock Lesnar win the Universal Championship.
I mean, even if they didn't want to use the Jimmy Nihil hot glasses thing and have him just, you know, be put in there for story to go that far, let's say they would do the whole thing with Dean Ambrose and Renee Young.
Yeah, you've got a point.
Yep.
So, what do you think? You've been kind of quiet this whole time.
I disagree.
With what?
Well, okay.
The glasses thing was just corny. It's not that big of a deal in my opinion.
No, it is kind of a big of a deal because you're using somebody's death as a way to get forward or to get, you know, out there or something. It's just ridiculous. You don't use somebody's death for any kind of thing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also remember Soul.
I agree to an extent. I think it was more of a corny act.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it wasn't like a verbal assault, like your dad's dead. Like it didn't go too far. It was a corny little I'm gonna break something that has what do you call it?
Sentimental value.
Sentimental value to you. It was I don't know, it was just corny. I agree it was wrong. And like even if you're somebody who says like, oh, I understand why they did it. It was a heartbreaking thing and it was a big heel move to do. Even with that being said, like it wasn't. It's Ruby Riott. Like no one gives a shit about the rivalry. Like it was
useless. It was wasted. It didn't help anybody.
It would have if the outcome was more of a big deal and people actually gave a shit, then I could see it a little bit more. I still don't agree with it, but it was just a wasted thing for something that nobody cares about.
Doing shocking, shitty things doesn't make you a better heel. In other words, because like you have to be a good heel to be a better heel.
I don't know why they used
on this. It was stupid. I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a sloppy, lousy, lazy thing to do.
It's lazy. Yeah, it's like, oh, we gotta get some heat on the Riott Squad. It's just nothing's working. I know. Let's have them break Jim Neidhart's glasses. That'll really get them riled up.
It's silly, but but what I'm saying is I don't think that means that it's okay for them to run this ridiculous Renee Young storyline.
I don't think they will.
Situation makes this one okay.
I think that was
Renee Young should not be involved in any kind of storylines. She's a record breaker. She's the first ever full-time women's commentator. Like people around the world like are talking about this. Like it's a big thing. She's a respectful member of the company. Like it would be silly to use her and decimate her character for some stupid storyline that we've already seen this rivalry once before, and now you're gonna throw her reputation away to have these two guys fighting again. Like it's just dumb. There's nothing good about it.
That's
it's
true.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that is true.
Like they should have never even did the Dean Ambrose heel turn again, because to me it's just corny. Like at this point it's like, are you two the ones in their relationship? Like how many times are you gonna turn on each other?
Okay.
Like it's annoying to me. Like we get it. Like one of you turns on the one, and then a year later the other one's gonna turn, and then yada yada. Like get over yourselves. Like,
and even if the matches are good, it's an old story.
Yep.
Like
well.
Exactly. If we want to see this, we can just go back and watch it.
It's like I don't want to see. It's like I don't want to see Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne again. Yeah, it'd be a great match, but I've seen it 100 times.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I'm actually just like, I'm just trying to like, because Sol actually just said, and I quote,
"This is not going to be a quote."
We've already seen this, we've already seen this rivalry so many times. Yeah, what have we actually also seen about multiple times? Let me just think about it. Brock Lesnar being Universal Champion.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of shit multiple times, so it's not like they care about reusing shit. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, they don't actually care about the WWE.
They will reuse everything until they can't reuse it no more.
Yeah.
Well,
it's like Riott Squad versus Sasha and
Riott Squad versus Sasha and Bayley, prime example.
I'm just talking about this specific rivalry. I'm talking about Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, okay.
I personally, as a fan, don't want to see them in a rivalry again.
No more, please.
Yeah, well, kind of actually, like none of us want to see that.
I think it was a great time to... I felt like it was a great time to bring them closer together, if anything. They won the tag titles. The Raw tag team division is absolute garbage. So you finally have a tag team that people care about, and then you break them up. Like, for what? Now your tag team division is really bad. You got nobody. You got Seth Rollins beating up AoP, and they're supposed to be the dominant force. Like, it's just... this is almost everything... There's almost nothing at all on Raw that keeps me interested anymore. Nothing. Like, they're even decimating the great run we had from Seth Rollins carrying the show on his back as an Intercontinental Champion. Like, we don't even have that to look forward to anymore. It's like, why are we watching Raw? What do you watch Raw for? We're excited to see.
Well, I usually just watch Raw just for the Intercontinental Championship and also the Tag Team Championships, which I actually don't even give a shit about the Universal Championships because it's like not talked about anymore. So. Ouch.
It's all you talk about.
Yeah,
Okay.
No.
It's not talked about anymore. One sec, man. Let me fact check that, okay?
Okay, so remember, you actually did say that. Remember, whatever WWE actually does, it's always about business. Well, how about you actually, why don't you actually, just tell WWE? Okay, how about this? How about if we actually, just make this whole rivalry even more personal. Yeah, we just throw Renee Young into it.
Ben, if no one's talking about it, then why are there over 1,000 tweets today for hashtag Universal Champion and Universal Championship and other related tweets? Just saying, if nobody's talking about it, why are there thousands of people talking about it?
Okay, guys. Okay. The only reason why, because the Universal Championship, and I quote, is past tense. It is not even future tense anymore. It is past tense. We've already seen Brock Lesnar champion. Past tense. We are now looking right to the future. We want to see someone else besides Brock Lesnar become champion. Okay,
Let's just all agree that the Universal Championship is so degraded and so what's the point even trying to
I just need to hear more of Ben's time travel here about the belt traveling back to the future and stuff. What do we got going over here, Marty McFly?
There's been 5 title holders ever since it came out.
Yeah.
5 title holders. And only 1 or 2 of them had a good run. Well, actually say 1 person only had a good run, and it wasn't even that good. Kevin Owens had a pretty decent run with it. But it wasn't that great of a run. I mean, they could have done way more.
Yeah, well, they actually first had Finn Balor, which, 24 hours after, he had to relinquish it.
And then they had everybody after Kevin Owens it's just been a shitty run.
Yeah,
it's been, it's okay.
Let me just say, I'm voting for Becky Lynch for Universal Champion.
Me too.
Let's make it happen. Look, her gimmick's already perfect for it. She's calling herself the man. Wouldn't that be the most manly thing to do? Would be to win the Universal Championship from Brock Lesnar?
She's the man.
What if she put Brock Lesnar and to disarm her, disarmed him? Oh.
Okay.
Made Brock Lesnar her bitch. I could see that storyline being in the New York Times the next morning, and people waking up and talking about that all over the world. Becky Lynch defeats Brock Lesnar. It'd make headlines.
So I have a confession. Right now, I have to just confess something. You're right. You're right, Soul. You're right. You're right about something. No. You are right about Brock Lesnar being best in business. I'm sorry, but
what?
Brock Lesnar. I don't even know why I'm even actually now
you're admitting?
Just saying. In my heart right now, I'm actually just saying that Brock Lesnar is best for business just for kissing Mr. McMahon's ass.
Oh, it's that thing again. Yeah, that's not a very good joke.
Literally just repeated yourself in Discord, and I literally just said
good little Discord repeat over here.
And it doesn't really make sense. Best for business for kissing Vince McMahon's ass.
Well,
you should have said Brock. Yeah. You should have said Brock Lesnar is best. Period. For kissing Vince McMahon's ass. That's the only way that joke works. Man.
How about this, right? Seth Rollins will be best for business. Thank you.
Business. What's a business?
No,
Guys, what's a business? Business.
You know who is?
Business.
Okay. So you wanna know who is actually gonna go beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship?
How about we move on with the show?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get past Brock Lesnar and all this bullshit.
Before I actually completely just have like a mental breakdown straight away.
We've been listening to your mental breakdown.
Okay.
You're
next
the one
match
that brings it up all the time.
Okay.
You do it to yourself.
Okay.
I'm not even staying. I've explained in full detail and depth of why Brock Lesnar won the title.
Let's
and
go.
Why he's
Next
gonna
match.
have another title run.
We're not having this conversation again.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
we're-
about next
I'm
match.
done.
The next match was
Dolph
Dolph Ziggler
Ziggler
versus Elias. This was another thing that just made no sense to me. I love Elias. Elias. He's the greatest. You know, he's hilarious. Good promos, amazing promos. He can turn the heat button on just like that, just by saying a couple words about a city. You know, most people, you can't just say the name of a city and get that crowd to hate you. That doesn't necessarily work. You've got to really know what to do to get at them, and it takes a certain finesse. And he's already got it. You know, he's at like the Miz level of heat drawing, without having half the promo skills yet. And he's only getting better.
I just love that he loves it though. That's the thing. Like he'll just sits there and laughs and smiles and everybody's just booing. He just loves it. And I think that's what makes the crowd even more pissed off, is because they know he loves it so much. It's just hilarious. Him sitting there, him saying a few words and then just smiles as hear people boo him.
Because it's a great thing for him. It's a bad thing for an entertainer to come out and hear crickets. If you're hearing boos, then you know you're doing your job right.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's gonna make you smile.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
And
saying,
this
him
made no
as a
sense.
heel, he's like-
The fact that I like Elias, but he should not have beaten Dolph Ziggler right now. The last thing Dolph Ziggler needed right now was to lose right after having been almost the best in the world. So my immediate comment, yeah,
he got screwed out of best in the world, and then he loses.
Loses to Elias the next day in a regular.
It makes no sense.
It
makes no
doesn't.
sense. You put him in the finals, and then
So wait, guys. Does this mean Elias is the second best in the world?
Exactly. That's what I posted in Discord right after this match. I was like, guys, Elias just beat the second best in the world. That means he's next up for the Universal title. He's #1 contender. God damn it.
You know what I think is happening? I think that the creative team isn't writing anything anymore. They're just asking Ben what he wants him to do. And he just blares out random shit. They're like, okay, we'll run with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Ben's like, okay, yeah.
Hold on. Let me
Let's go. Okay, hang on, guys.
Elias beat Dolph Ziggler. Okay,
You know what?
we'll do
Yo,
it, man.
Elias is actually like, okay. No matter what, I'm saying this right now. Elias should be Universal Champion.
What? That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You say random bullshit that makes no sense. Why should
Well,
no, never mind.
well,
I'm not gonna say
Don't let Ben
Yeah,
try to
yeah.
explain why. Remember last
Don't
weekend?
explain.
Don't
Dolph
explain.
not just
Ben.
say something.
Let's just move
Well, this
on.
win-
Let's just move on. Let's
Well,
go
this
to the next
win
match here. Well,
over,
this isn't even a
Dolph Ziggler actually
match.
does make sense. Well, it
The
does
next
make
one
sense.
wasn't even a match. Well, yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was like a
fine.
promo in a match.
Sheep, please sheep.
I think we lost Sheep, guys.
Sheep.
He got lost.
God, sheep,
He
please.
wandered away from the herd.
No,
jump.
yeah, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch. I was here. I didn't. I'm good.
Move it along, please.
Let's move it on.
This was actually a pretty good promo from Ronda Rousey. Probably her best promo, in my opinion, so far.
This was the absolute
Becky Lynch
worst.
did much better. Becky Lynch did
This
much
was the worst thing for the women's division.
Ow.
I'm talking about everything up until Nia Jax came out. What are you talking about? I was talking about the promo.
I'm talking about Ronda Rousey referring to herself as a bitch.
Oh yeah.
That's absolutely decimating to the women.
Yeah.
They have worked so hard in this evolution to be recognized, just to be referred to as a
Don't be sexist.
Well, let's just say that Becky Lynch called Charlotte a bitch,
I think women deserve the right to call themselves whatever they want, so.
Ooh.
How dare you?
Hardcore. Hardcore deluxe feminist over here.
How dare you?
Super hardcore deluxe feminist.
It's okay. It's okay as long as they're calling themselves.
It's okay for a black man to call himself an N-word. Don't worry.
Oh.
I think they earned that right to call themselves that.
I think no matter what they earned or what anybody's gonna say, we're probably steering into dangerous territory right now. We should get really back to wrestling.
All the young girls who look up to Ronda Rousey are like, Ronda Rousey is a bad bitch. I want to be a bad bitch like her one day.
I want to be a bad bitch.
Like,
come on, Robbie.
Maybe baddest bitch on the planet. Maybe that was a poor choice. I didn't really think about it until you said it, and I guess it does have some merit to it. But the overall intensity of the beginning was pretty good. Now, one thing,
she's not the baddest woman anymore. She's the baddest bitch now. So now you're saying I'm not a woman, I'm a bitch. Is the message you're delivering?
Well, it's like I said, you can say that. You can say that, but
2019 people are very offensive.
She could just like I just switched it back around on you. She could switch it back around. You saying I can't call myself whatever I want to? Who's the feminist now, bitch? You know, it's kind of you can if you're good enough with it, you can flip that shit back around. I'm not saying she's necessarily good enough.
Convince that point to millions of people.
Yeah.
You tell Ronda Rousey she can't call herself a bitch.
She'll probably punch you in the face.
She'll punch
you in the armbar herself.
That's right. Everybody knows that haters make you famous.
Very true. Yes. Actually, speaking of that,
there's a lot of people hating on Ronda right now because she called herself a bitch. They're making her famous, guys.
Ronda can whoop my ass all she wants. I don't even care.
She'll punch you in the face.
I don't care.
Okay.
So.
I don't care.
And then Nia Jax came out, and then Ember Moon came out, and then Tamina came out, and then there was a heel turn again that we all saw, and Tamina and Nia Jax are beating up everybody, which is kind of cool, but everything else was like, whatever. Any thoughts on the Nia Jax and Tamina teaming up thing? Is this more evidence of a tag division, women's tag division, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
This is more evidence of how bad
tag division happening. It's what we need. Like, we've been wanting it for a while, women's tag division. But the thing is, we need it more than ever right now, because just look how bad the rating is for the women's division at this point, and look at all the teams that they do have, or alliances they do have at the moment. It's just, we need a women's division, women's tag team division, and that belt to just be around some team. I don't know. Who would you think would take it on Raw? You think it would be Tamina and
if they were booked right, it should be. Tamina and Nia Jax should be like the AoP of the women's tag division if AoP was booked right. But now AoP's like a couple of little bitches.
You know for sure though.
I think Drake Maverick could beat up Razor or Akam one-on-one.
You know for
after
sure,
seeing that match.
Who's gonna be wearing those women's tag team titles?
On Raw, it would probably end up being Sasha and Bayley.
It's gonna be the Bellas.
No, it'd be Sasha and Bayley.
Bellas, or Sasha and Bayley. But
they'll probably make the Bellas come back to win it one time just so they can say they won it. They'll be like, no, you gotta let us come back.
But they don't give a shit about the Bellas or any of the women that originated the Evolution.
Okay.
Who won an Evolution? Ronda Rousey and Nia
this.
Jax. They had absolutely nothing to do with the Revolution.
Wait, who you...
So, the tag team champions were probably Ronda Rousey and somebody.
Nope.
Well,
Ronda
the
Rousey
Bella
has
twins are big
already got
names,
one
and they
title.
will
She
use
doesn't
their
have
names.
much need like another title.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it'll happen yet. I think they're gonna make us wait till at least WrestleMania or after. It'll be one of those night after WrestleMania announcements or some shit like that.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it happening anymore. I feel like it's one of those things that we talk about when we want, but it's not something that's gonna be.
You don't think it's never gonna happen?
Oh yeah. If they would have done it, it should have been at Evolution. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
I
only
know
way
WWE's
you're gonna be
bad
able to
at
tell
timing shit.
effective stories with the women's
WWE's bad
division.
at timing shit. Look at everything else that they timed. The freaking reveal of Universal title was so bad. It's like they just reveal at a random fucking time, and it's just like so random. They're just like, okay, this is it, guys. Universal title. And look where the title is at the moment.
Oh.
Like, especially when they revealed the SmackDown on Raw Women's Championships. The reveal is so random. It's like, so you can't like say that if they do reveal it after WrestleMania or just another random time that people won't care, because people will care though. It'll be like random enough that it's like, oh, didn't expect that to happen now. It's like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the Universal Challenge. Well, how did I just say the Universal Challenge?
Yeah, Universal Challenge.
So,
Okay.
yeah, the next match was Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor versus Finn Balor. You had
I'm just pissed off. Where's my fucking Lashley chance?
they knew you liked it, so they intentionally took it away. I mean, that's how they are. You like something? No, we can't have that.
They took away my Lashley chance, man. I thought that what? I thought in Crown Jewel they just did it for that, that reason that maybe they didn't care for that or they didn't want that, and I understood that. But then on Raw, I was just like, what happened? No Lashley chance.
What happened?
What happened? They better bring it back. Monday.
I think it's gone. I think it's gone. No more Lashley.
Thank God.
Why? I need my Lashley.
No.
It made the gimmick, bro. It made the gimmick.
Street, I'm actually more happy about it, just actually now, like, it is now just gone because I don't have to say it anymore.
But then it's boring now just watching Lashley wrestle.
No.
It's just boring now. You just see him with the fucking frown on his face and fucking
Street, you were the one who actually... Okay, Street, I'm gonna say this. You were the one who actually made me say that stupid word, and I was like, oh my god, nah. If I say this...
It's more entertaining when you have a little kid over there screaming out Lashley's name 5 times every 5 seconds.
Yeah, or we actually usually just get that one random girl that always actually just wants to give Leah Rush just a high five.
So yeah, obviously, Bobby Lashley won this time. So I guess this feud's gonna just keep going for a while because they can't end on Bobby Lashley beating Finn Balor. That wouldn't. Well, I mean, I guess they could. They're WWE.
Yep.
But it's just, if a feud is stale and you know it's stale, why not just stop it and try to start something different till you find something that works? Trial and error. I guess I can agree with. They stick to their guns. That's one thing. I know that's for sure. They make up their minds they're going to do something. By God, they're going to do it, and they're going to make you enjoy it, or try to. You're not going to enjoy it.
Yep.
So next was Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, but what? No Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin left, so he gets to face Drew McIntyre.
This match was terrible to watch. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it was terrible to watch.
Well, from a storytelling perspective, I see what Bleacher Report was going for, where it told a good story. You know, it humiliated Kurt Angle while making Drew McIntyre look really, get him a lot of heat. You know, you can't get more heat than by disgracing Kurt Angle. So,
but watching Kurt Angle wrestle in this match,
oh yeah,
it was just, my God, it's like, what happened?
It's like I said, I don't want to see any of them wrestle anymore. I'm done watching 50-plus-year-old people
a very
wrestle.
difficult time at most points in there.
They all do.
Well, the reason why it actually did get changed to Drew McIntyre was because big man Braun actually chased Baron Corbin right out the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Braun Strowman goes from Universal title contender to fighting Baron Corbin.
Yeah,
well,
which is also odd.
Okay, I am actually also just gonna say this: Baron Corbin actually does deserve everything he gets now. I'm sorry, he deserves
At this point, I hope Baron Corbin beats Braun Strowman. At this point.
Yep, and
the big question here, guys. Let me know. Give me your guess when you think Brock Lesnar's gonna show up.
Well, he's already booked for Survivor Series, and he actually may be booked for Royal Rumble.
So you think he's not gonna show up until Survivor Series?
Brock Lesnar?
Dude. Yeah, Lesnar.
He's gonna be on
Lesnar
Raw this week.
Yeah, Lesnar. Well. Yeah.
He said all this week. What?
No. Okay.
They said it on Raw. He's gonna be there this Monday.
Yeah. Don't you guys watch it?
Yeah. Yep.
When did he say?
We actually.
Man, you answered that way too fast. I don't think you watched it.
And then WrestleMania
it was like a commercial thing or whatever.
Yeah.
When did they say
that?
that?
On Raw, Brock Lesnar will be here.
I don't watch commercials.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, then I didn't see it, so I don't know what you mean.
Well, thank God you actually didn't watch that commercial.
Yeah, thank God. I wouldn't want to miss Brock Lesnar. Oh my God.
So,
sound like I haven't seen him before.
Leaving the aspect of Raw, or the last little bit, well, shit. Nope, I just forgot what I was gonna say. I had it. No, on Raw. I mean, we can move on to SmackDown, but as far as what I was gonna say on Raw, it just completely disappeared. I have no idea.
Does it actually have anything to do with Baron Corbin?
Oh no, it's Braun Strowman. The rumors about his backstage heat. There's apparent people saying that Braun Strowman shows up late and leaves early, and apparently is starting to develop a bad reputation backstage. So that could have some involvement in his downgrade in status, and also Dave Meltzer has recently been quoted. Whatever, shut up, Ben. No, Dave Meltzer.
Okay.
Yeah, don't correct me, sucker. Dave Meltzer has said that his knees might be blown out.
Okay, rumor killer. Yeah, they're actually not blown out. They're not.
Well, it's well known that like bodybuilders and professional weightlifters and guys the size of Braun Strowman have pretty bad knees or develop pretty bad knee problems. So they're ticking time bombs even if they're not blown out right now. They could, you know.
Just like Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar was never a professional weightlifter.
Well, he has been
Brock Lesnar's a ticking time bomb to be blown up. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh. A pipe bomb, yeah, you were
It's
saying
not,
that
man.
earlier.
That's not what you were saying. You just agreed with Streetkilln because that makes sense.
He's like,
And
yo.
what you said didn't.
Okay.
He's like, yo.
Okay, so I am actually just gonna say this, and of course I actually know about. Yeah, I'm probably actually gonna get a lot of heat by you, Soul. The only thing that would actually make for this whole Universal title reign that he's currently actually has, like more, like better, if Brock Lesnar actually did do the shooting star press and broke his neck.
Oh my God, Ben.
That's so terrible to say.
Ben,
I'm
you're
sorry,
so bad.
but
What the heck?
ouch.
Why do
Nope.
you say something like that?
You say like, you actually say that I have like more, a little bit like more hatred of Brock Lesnar. Yeah,
Hatred.
that's.
You wish the guy dead, basically.
Well,
I don't think that
Yo,
Brock Lesnar's family and friends would find it very funny.
if he actually did that at if he decided just to botch it at WrestleMania.
No one would decide to botch it.
19.
He's like,
He's
hold
gonna
up,
decide
guys.
to kill him.
You know
Yo,
what?
he
I'm gonna
actually
botch the
botched
shooting
it.
for Star Press.
No. Yo, he botched it at WrestleMania. Well, if it actually
Yeah, but he
happened at
didn't
WrestleMania,
decide to botch it. It's not like he's like, hold on, guys. Before I do the shooting star press, I just want to let you guys know I'm gonna botch it, okay?
Break my neck on purpose.
Break my neck on
Kill myself. I ain't tired of shit.
I actually literally just hope he actually breaks his neck this time.
Oh my God, man! Stop! Just stop.
Nope.
We're not okay, guys. Here on That Wrestling Podcast, we don't condone people trying to kill themselves. We're not that kind of people here. That's just Ben.
Okay,
So
can I
I'm
just
sorry
say
that you guys have to hear Ben talking about.
Let's
people
move on
trying
to
kill
SmackDown.
Hey,
How about
hey,
that? Let's move
so-
right on to SmackDown. Let's keep it rolling.
Hey.
Let's not lose any momentum. So SmackDown started off
Way more better
with
than Raw.
Shane McMahon's photo opportunity with Paige. And at first I was like, this is going to be bad. Cringy bad. But then... Bad. But then Shane McMahon did something I didn't see coming. He was humble and admitted that he wasn't the best in the world. And that, kind of... He tried to save face. WWE usually really sticks to their guns. And, backlash be damned. They're not going to, be proven wrong. Ben, are you blowing your mic?
Nah, I've just got my fan on now because, it's absolutely hot in my room right now. Sorry.
Alright, can you turn it away from the microphone?
Ah,
He's like, ah!
damn it, man.
You don't know it's fucking
Damn
hot.
it,
Got this
it's
fan
friggin' hot
blowing
here
on
in
me.
Australia.
You sound like you're in
On behalf
a
of Dat
vehicle
Wrasslin
traveling
Podcast,
through the
everybody,
outback.
We're very sorry about Benjamin Rivers. We're gonna be having a behind the scenes conversation about his future with the podcast.
Wow.
So, just bear with us, guys.
You're
We may
fine,
be
Ben.
one member less by the end
We
of
may
this.
be accepting applications soon, so just keep listening and tuning in. And
Application.
You may have a home here in That Wrestling Podcast. You never know.
Wow. Okay. Just trying to sell me out here. Wow.
No, we don't need to sell you out. You sold yourself out many times.
Well, I actually will speak about Brock Lesnar as so many times as I want because it is a podcast. Thank you.
Ooh, just shoving it in our face.
Sticking to his guns.
you might as well just call it a night, buddy.
I know. Right? Jeez.
You heard it here,
Put it while you're
folks.
ahead.
Okay, guys, we're gonna end the podcast. That's it.
We're-
It's done.
This is the last episode.
This is the last episode ever.
No mas. The end. And then there were none.
And then the none left.
Ah, shit, man. Look what you done. Look what you done did. He's like,
I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
sorry about what? Hoping Brock Lesnar dies and all this other stuff.
Gonna kill Brock Lesnar.
Yo, at least it will actually like be like more better for the WWE to have like a real champion. You know what I mean? Ooh,
Alright, so
They would probably put it on John Cena while he went to go do a TV show. So anyway, moving on. Shane McMahon and Paige. Photo opportunity. I thought this was going to be really cringy and stuff, but then he said he was humble and admitted he wasn't the best. And then The Miz came out and, you know, basically talked his way out of the whole getting hurt angle. So I thought that was interesting. This was really good promo work from everybody. I thought it was nice for Shane to admit that he wasn't the best in the world. I thought for sure they were going to have him do this cocky little I'm the greatest gimmick and kind of rub it in everybody's faces, but that's not the route that they're going, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the Miz and
no
Daniel
heel
Bryan.
Shane, I guess?
I'm good with that. I didn't necessarily want to see that.
I did. So, well, Shane McMahon turns a heel.
Unless this leads up into a heel Shane.
Part of what makes SmackDown good for me is that it feels like they're actually trying, because they have a face GM or a face management, as opposed to an authority that they're always fighting, but the authority's bad.
Well, you gotta admit that Kurt Angle was basically a face GM.
But it didn't come off the same way. I don't know why, what it is about Shane McMahon.
It's not supposed to come off the same way, because whenever there's a supposed face GM on Raw, the quote-unquote authority always tries
still
to
back there,
overthrow
yeah.
that
There's still somebody above them.
Yeah.
You know, while as the commissioner, Shane, while he's a face, Stephanie's never going to be a face. That's just not happening.
Yeah, she's never going to be a face. And
So,
that's what's funny, is because Shane can play that face, and Shane can play the heel. Stephanie can't play a face. You know, if you've seen Stephanie try to play a face, it's just, I feel like it's going to be so cringeworthy.
yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, that Miz and Daniel Bryan are paired to be the co-captains of the men's Survivor Series team, which was interesting, and I get it. I appreciate the dynamic. I see where that could be good storytelling. You know, you don't necessarily say, I want to see the Miz versus Daniel Bryan again, because we've seen that quite a bit recently. Maybe down the road again some other time, but it's too fresh right now. So this is kind of the next best thing, you know, make them quote unquote work together, and play that dynamic off of each other, and do some unexpected things, as was evidenced later on in the show. So the next match was the Usos. Oh, I said the Usays. The Usos versus the New Day.
Usays, guys, the Usays.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what they should actually just name themselves now. Usays.
This was to determine the captains for, yeah, that's right. And remember, for a while, I still think they should be a stable. I think they should join up, like New Days and the Usos. They should just, like, run roughshod over all of Raw. Like, say the tag team division is no good on Raw, just take it over and destroy everybody. And just Freebird rule with 5 men. Who says you can't?
It will be the next Nation of Domination.
That's right.
Yeah, it could be.
So,
instead of just being 4, it would be 5 this time.
Usos won. Great match, as always. How many times can you see the Uso and the New Day? I mean, more than you can see Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
But I kind of like how they're bringing back the Usos here. They've been missing for like a month or two almost, and bringing them back actually you know, it's good. It's good for
Good for
the
business.
tag team division and whatnot.
Okay.
And having the Usos win is also good, in my opinion.
So,
I don't know what
moving
you guys
on. Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
think. Maybe, just maybe.
Just maybe. The next little bit was the best part of SmackDown in my opinion, because when I said earlier that Ronda Rousey gave an okay, pretty good promo,
Yeah.
Becky Lynch killed it. Becky Lynch flipped it all around. I don't really like Becky Lynch's man gimmick thing. It's kind of, I guess I don't quote unquote get it. But she got challenged by Nikki Cross. And I was like, okay. That was pretty damn good. The match itself, I would have wanted a little bit more crazy shit from Nikki Cross, you know, like she did with like Shayna Baszler, or, you know, she was bold when she snatched the microphone out of Becky Lynch's hand, and that was good. But hopefully Cross is fully rostered on SmackDown now, and can be utilized more heavily, and maybe that'll mean Sanity will be finally featured fully as something to be other than just there sometimes.
Yeah. True.
Thoughts on Becky's promo, guys?
I thought pretty good, and she always does good promos. Well, I'm not saying always. Sometimes her promos can be.
Her face promos weren't all that great.
Yeah, but I really like the heel turn. I think it did her good, and she's always been needing that heel turn. And it's just some of the stuff can come off cringy, some of it. Like I know in the beginning it was kind of cringy, like I was talking about. But I don't know, I guess they could work on more of what to do after this in Survivor Series, because what do we have after she beat, or if she does beat Ronda, which I doubt she'll beat Ronda.
She's not gonna beat Ronda.
Beats her in
But here's why her promo
dirty
was
way.
better. Remember how we were talking earlier about the feminist thing and turning it back on them? That's what she did. She's like, how dare you talk about how I provided my way to where I am right now? How dare you talk about, you know, the way I got to, that I worked through as a stewardess to pay my way to wrestling school? How dare you talk about those things like those are nothing, you know, but I'm the one who made it here. I'm the one here. You know, I thought that was really endearing and a really, really, really good promo. And that's what I was talking about, that being able to flip it on somebody. That's something that not everybody has. And I know all the shit's scripted, but she was able to deliver it with more sincerity than, you know, the average person, I think. And it was really good, effective promo, in my opinion.
Yo, I'm just saying, yo, why isn't Sheepshifter not, like, with the WWE as a story writer? Yo, I think that he would actually probably, like, do an amazing job with WWE. Yeah, just like...
Ben, if you're trying to ask Kiss to keep your job right now, it's not gonna work. You'll have to prove your worth regularly. No shortcuts here, man.
Sheep, you actually just said the whole thing like how it was supposed to be, you know, just all played out. Yo, I mean that you should actually just get a job with the WWE. Yo, WWE, take notice of DWP.
Because they're listening, they always have been, Ben. Why would they pay me when they can get it for free right here?
Very true.
It's an unfortunate world where we're providing to WWE for free.
Alright, let's move on.
Okay. Let's get to the next match. Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas.
Oh, nice. What a match.
Uh,
I thought this was a pretty good match.
This was good, but this deserved more than just being there for the sake of being there. It should have been a story. There should I wanted this to be played out with like full-on disrespect.
Maybe this will lead into a story, though. You never know.
maybe.
So I wouldn't say really much yet, but as for what it was on Tuesday, I'd say it was a pretty good match. It's a lot better than what we've seen at Crown Jewel, I'd say so.
Yep.
But or the match on his debut, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
It was a good match. I don't want to knock that, but I wanted it to be more important than it was. It's fine though. It was a good match. I felt like everything went down the way it was supposed to.
Sheep and his needs.
What do you mean? My needs.
Your needs.
Hey. Sorry, man. I got certain needs and I want them met. And we're talking about my wrestling.
We're talking about WWE here, okay?
That's right.
Alright. Don't get a little bit caught up in the moment, alright?
Well, we got an RKO out of nowhere, and everybody needs that.
Yeah, that's what we need. A little bit of RKO in my life.
The question this raises is, does this mean that Rey Mysterio is RKO's next target?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because he actually does have a gimmick.
You know, he went after Jeff Hardy, but he didn't really... Jeff Hardy's still there. So, I feel like the Randy Orton thing is kind of wasted if he's not... I don't know. Was it a thing? Is it a thing? The Randy Orton thing?
I have no idea what's going on. I think they don't know what they're doing with Randy Orton.
He was going after Jeff Hardy. But Jeff Hardy's obviously still around, and they didn't like give him any time off. I was like, well, it's just to give Jeff Hardy some time off. And then he had a match the next night with Randy Orton again. And then they just kept doing it, and then Randy Orton would go after Ty Dillinger, but Jeff Hardy's wrestling someone else. And it was like nothing ever happened. So it's just, there's no continuity. It's just like one big mess. Like, they don't know what they're doing. I don't think they do.
Yeah, why isn't Randy Orton actually not going after the United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura? Why we actually have not even seen another feud between?
Why did Shinsuke Nakamura still have the title if he's not going to use it? Is the United States title the SmackDown's version of the Universal title now? Is it just gonna sit on a shelf and like Nakamura do some 30-second promos like once a month and we don't get Nakamura anymore? I don't know what's going on there. Where is Shinsuke? Hashtag what happened to Shinsuke? It's probably too long for a hashtag.
Well, I know Shinsuke's gonna be facing
what happened to Street?
Number two.
Oh, he's been abducted. Boston's been hit with an alien abduction epidemic. Half of Boston got... Oh, no, never mind. He's back.
Yo, he's actually currently just suffering from that Pentanet.
This is why I didn't want to host today, too.
I figured. It's all good. No, I thought you didn't want to host because you were dizzy.
Yeah, that too, but...
Oh, now the truth comes out. The truth is out there.
Yeah, the truth now comes out. Yeah, that Street was
you
not
already
busy.
know my internet's been messing up, so...
Well, it's being imported. They're outsourcing your internet to Australia.
Street, what's that one word? Yeah, he's suffering from the Bentonet.
Yeah, I'm suffering from the Bentonet.
So, the next segment was Paige talking about the Survivor Series women's team. which was going to consist of Carmella, Naomi, Sonya Deville, Asuka, and
Mandy Rose.
well, that was all that. Well, no, Mandy Rose wasn't one of them because they had Charlotte Flair's music, and then Mandy Rose came out instead. But usually when they do that, like the other person got beat up or something, wouldn't Charlotte Flair be like, "Bitch, you better get out of my entrance and like come beat her up or something"? Seems like kind of ridiculous that Mandy Rose would be able to use Charlotte's entrance theme with like her permission or anything. So what's the deal there? But no, that's looking way too deep into something that's really not that good anyway. Because nobody cares about the breakup of Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. And this is definitely not the place for it either.
How dare you say nobody cares? How dare you?
Who cares? Do you care?
No. Oh, actually.
I don't
So,
care. I don't care.
You care?
No one cares about the other title that's not defended right now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually not going to be like saying the whole thing again, but no.
Alright, let's move on. Before Ben goes into a 30-minute ramble about something and not even
Oh, and the next match.
Yeah, let's move right on to Jeff Hardy and Samoa Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, see, just like I was saying, you know, Jeff Hardy's like still in the main event, so Randy Orton, mission failed.
Can we actually also just talk about the awkward stare-offs between The Miz and Daniel Bryan backstage? What was that all about? Yeah, I actually just see this like happening between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. I could either actually just see Miz or Daniel Bryan actually just, you know, they actually just trying just to like screw each other. Actually, you know, like, you know, just trying to get like, you know.
Hold on. Don't end the stuff on screw each other and then start troubling.
No. Okay, Sheep. You know, like what I'm actually trying to say, right? Yo,
Not
when
quite.
they're actually. Okay, I actually could see a thing happening between, you know, Miz and Daniel Bryan. No, not about you know, how The Miz will probably try just to you know, just to help Raw eliminate Daniel Bryan, or Daniel Bryan could actually, you know, just switch and actually turn on the
sound bad. This sounds bad all around. Just sounds bad.
Can I? Okay. Yo, hey.
Sorry, hold on.
What happened? Okay.
It's all good.
You know what I'm actually saying, Street. You know exactly what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm just saying, like, what if, what's that?
Hey, what if they just switch and then?
No, what if
Then
you
they
know,
take
what if
turns,
they actually...
and then one goes on the bottom. Yeah, we know how it works, man.
No, not that.
Hey, God.
Sheep.
That's what it was starting to sound like, man.
Never cheat. Okay, Sheep.
Hey,
I'm gonna say this, right?
thanks.
Get back on topic. Get back on topic, man.
What if The Miz actually tries and, you know... Shut up, let's finish. Okay, what if The Miz actually tries, and actually just, and actually... I'm trying to say the
Here we
one
go
word,
again,
I
guys.
can't say it.
Another podcast, 30-minute of Ben just trying to get something out.
Yeah, I'm trying to just say the word because you guys are actually just like children right now.
Are you sure,
Can I
Ben?
finish
This
this
kind of
for
sounds
you,
like you're the
Ben?
one.
Because
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I know
sure.
what you're trying to say.
Okay, so what if, right?
Okay, what if? You said that 20 times already. What if?
I'm just trying to like, okay. What if what if... Shut up, guys. Okay. Do you reckon that The Miz might actually try to screw Daniel Bryan out of the match? No, shut up, Street. Oh my god, you guys are just nah. I'm leaving. You guys are like not even listening right now.
Do you think the Miz might try to cheat and get the win?
Yeah, that's what, like, okay.
Stop saying screw,
No,
because then you stop and you...
Okay.
What
I
match?
think that the Miz actually
Yeah,
might, he might try and, just distract Daniel Bryan just to then get eliminated by one of the Raw guys.
It's a better way to put it, Ben.
Yes.
You get an A+.
I was just trying to say that from the whole time, and you guys were thinking like different things. God damn it.
Context, Ben, context.
Exactly, context. Hooked on phonics with Ben.
Yep.
Alright.
So, yeah, this was an okay match. I don't know that I wanted to see Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe in the main event, but it ended up with the Daniel Bryan attacking Samoa Joe, which was unexpected because you thought anybody was going to blow up the whole thing, it was going to be the Miz, but they kind of telegraphed it quite a bit too. But I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I don't think it's going to be necessarily like a heel type turn for Daniel Bryan either. But it was interesting to me.
Yeah. I agree. And you sound like you're using the microphone on your camera.
Yeah.
So we can hear everything that's going on in the background. Hear that chips and that chair creaking.
Gotcha. Alright, how about that? Are we better? No.
Nope, still the same.
How about now?
Straight.
There you go.
Alright.
Okay,
Good
we can
deal.
actually just still like
Technical
just echoing.
difficulties, sorry.
Echoing still in the background.
Ben, that's just your brain echoing, alright? Calm down.
Your face is echoing. Your face is echoing right now.
There we go. Alright.
Let's move on.
I just went straight there. I'm sorry, straight there. I just went
Straight
Ben
there.
is going there.
Oh, you just went straight?
Yep.
So before you had made another lifestyle decision previously?
No! Oh my god! Why are we talking about
So
this?
guys, Ben
This
just now back
podcast.
in the closet. Recloseted. Benjamin has went back straight. Back in the closet again. Hey, you guys do like AC/DC, huh? Back in the closet again.
Too bad you're talking about Ben and not Street, because then I can make the joke of, so you're saying that Backstreet's a back, alright?
Oh. How long you been saving that one in the back of the head?
He's been saving it for a while. You hear how
Since you just made that joke, it just popped in my head.
He's been saving it. He's been
holding
saving
that. He's been holding that one in.
How would I be saving that? How's that relevant to anything?
Like he's got it written down somewhere. Like remember that.
That's a very complex thing to think about.
Hang on.
Well, you're a complex person. What can I say?
So I don't think that you've actually used the word relevant in the correct way. So can you actually just use it like just right in the correct way?
Says the one that never knows how to use relevant.
No. So you said to me, and I quote, right? Okay, yeah, you always have to use the word irrelevant in the correct word, right? So why don't you actually, just
most
say,
of this podcast is just us talking about random shit, so let's move on here.
Well,
the only thing to move on to right now is NXT.
Oh my.
And
this guy doesn't stop talking about Brock Lesnar.
well, we're on NXT, so there's no Brock Lesnar in NXT, so that's refreshing, Ben. Let's talk about that. Did you watch NXT this week, Ben?
No.
Did you do your homework?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
You have one job, Ben. Remember, it's to watch NXT.
Did I watch 205 Live? Yes.
I did watch 205 Live today.
Ben, how about we give you a new task? You watch NXT UK, and then you can tell us all about it.
Okay. Wait. What? I did not even actually watch NXT. I only watched 205 Live. So.
No, you got to start watching NXT UK, and that's your job. You cover NXT UK from now on. You ready?
Okay, how about if I actually cover NXT, NXT UK, and 205 Live?
You're not going to watch one of them, much less all three.
I will.
You don't even watch NXT, Ben. You watch 205 and NXT.
Wow.
So anyway, the first match was Heavy Machinery versus the Forgotten Sons. And I was like, oh no, when I first saw this happen, because I just knew that they were going to bury Heavy Machinery again.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And that's not what happened.
No.
Heavy Machinery, it was a great match. Heavy Machinery won. So probably they'll feud a little bit, and then Forgotten Sons will come out on top. But I'm just glad they didn't just bury Heavy Machinery en route to becoming the next quote-unquote Sanity. Which Sanity was a little bit underwhelming in NXT. They had like one tag title run. But nothing really major, I don't remember. Maybe it's 2 title runs, and that would be better, but I remember one. So Heavy Machinery getting a win was definitely good, apparently.
Definitely.
Yep.
I feel like I
My
hear a
favorite
lot
tag
more
team in the
Ben
WWE.
than Soul talking in this podcast.
You feel what?
I feel like Ben's doing the most talking in this podcast.
What did you think of this match, Ben, or did you watch it?
Didn't watch this.
Oh, man. Darn. Okay, so Dakota Kai versus Tainara Conti. Saul, did you watch NXT this week?
Yeah.
What did you think about that? This one? Heavy Machinery and Forgotten Sons.
It was great, especially seeing Otis do the horn.
Every time you see Otis do the worm, it's like a... You know what he would be great on? True TV.
Hell yeah. Dance break.
Dance break.
Dance break.
The crowd would pop so hard. It sells itself, people. It sells itself.
Superstar.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's being held back, to be honest. TBH.
TBH, here we go.
TBH. GG.
LOL TBH GG.
For real, for real. So the next match was Dakota Kai versus Tainara Conti. And I don't care what anybody says. I like Tainara Conti for some reason. Like, the judo is kind of iffy, but I think with a little bit of the right character work, she could be really good in the WWE. Like, the fact that she is like a brown belt or a black belt could be, you know, to use to her, you know, advantage a little bit more, I think. And just make her seem a little bit more badass. And that she starts off like all nice and stuff, and then a mean streak kind of comes out towards the end. But I think she should just go full on, just ruthless, you know, ruthless aggression.
Ruthless aggression.
But yeah, Dakota Kai won, and then I think they're trying to build towards Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler, but
Shayna Baszler.
I don't necessarily want to see that, because we went through that whole period where she got bullied by Shayna Baszler, and then I guess this would be her revenge or something. But I think Shayna Baszler should just go ahead and move up with her little squad of chicklets, and then she can take her MMA squad and go feud with Ronda. Be like, well, we were all in the MMA, what are you going to do now? And that would be like, everybody be like, ooh, they got a point, they were all UFC fighters, so you take that edge away, what do you really have, you know? I could see that being a good selling point, Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey, for sure, no doubt. Interesting. How do they do that, you know? How would they match up if they had fought in UFC? Shayna Baszler looks to be in like a different weight class or something, maybe than Ronda Rousey, or maybe they're in the same. Maybe there's all one weight class for women. I don't really know how that works. You're the UFC
like,
guy, Street. Do you know?
Shayna Baszler, she was in the UFC and never won a match. Ooh.
No, she won in UFC. She had like 13 wins.
She hasn't. Shayna Baszler did not win a match in UFC. She only did 2 matches.
I can't stand looking at her face.
Shannon Baszler
I have to look, I have to just like do something else while she's on TV. I can't listen.
I mean, unless you're talking about just MMA in general, then yeah, she has wins, but not in the UFC.
Oh, no UFC wins, huh? That sucks.
Yep. So.
He's like, so.
Cool.
Next. Next.
What was next, man?
Johnny Gargano. Yeah, he actually reveals why he attacked Aleister Black.
Why was that? Why did he attack?
Okay, so yeah, so he actually. So, okay, I think this actually could be probably heading to the whole storyline between Tommaso Ciampa. I don't. Okay, this whole Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano thing, I'm not even actually like too worried about it anymore, because I could actually just see Tommaso Ciampa actually probably like getting involved in this, and then they probably actually like may reform DIY, but as a heel like side for DIY. Okay, so yeah, so then Johnny Gargano, so he actually walks straight towards the place where at NXT, before the whole NXT takeover between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, he actually just he actually sat where Tommaso Ciampa, Aleister Black actually got attacked, and said he was not afraid. Okay, yeah, he was not afraid of Aleister Black. That Aleister Black was actually in his way between, defeating Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT Championship. And, yeah, so whatever actually happens between Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black, not really too concerned about it anymore. But, yeah, that's just my opinion. You guys got any thoughts on this? Yeah, I actually did see this.
I do know.
Yeah, this is the only thing I only did actually see a bit from NXT. I only just saw
how is that possible, Ben? How is this the only thing you saw from NXT? Because what, did you just go in, fast forward it to that point, and then watch it, and then stop?
He saw it on WWE YouTube.
No, I saw it on Twitter. Thank you. Get it right.
Okay, same thing.
Yeah, I do keep up to date on Twitter. I do keep up to date on Twitter for YouTube, for WWE stuff.
He doesn't watch the actual matches. We know that's about it.
Cup of coffee and your WWE Twitter. That's how you kick off the day, huh?
Yeah, he just sits back, scrolls through
a bit of iced coffee.
A little bit of iced coffee.
Yeah, a little bit of iced coffee usually.
It's
like
1 gallon of iced coffee.
Nope. It's actually usually just about like a.
What do you have for brekkie? Huh? What do you have for brekkie, Ben?
Nutrigrains. I usually have
Nutrigrains. Nutras aren't those big rats that live in the rainforest?
No. You know those cereal boxes?
You eat cereal boxes?
Damn. He's getting all the nutrients from those cereal boxes.
Shit.
No, I eat freaking cereal.
Ben, you don't have to eat. Ben, if the WWE Network's hitting you that hard, man, just cancel the subscription. You gotta eat, bro. Don't go eating cardboard boxes.
I'm not eating, oh my god. Okay.
He's not eating. He just.
Oh god, that's even worse.
Okay, I'm not eating the cardboard boxes. I'm actually eating the cereal.
You're in the cereal?
I'm eating. God, I really wish my temper wasn't actually like this high today.
His blood pressure's going up.
Yep, my blood pressure's gonna go straight up. Okay, enough.
So this whole thing, there was only 2 matches. There was the Heavy Machinery match, the promo, and then the match between Velveteen Dream and Lars Sullivan, which is a really good match.
Velveteen Dream.
And I was wondering what they were going to do. And I actually kind of got a spoiler. I was like at work, and it popped up on my phone.
A bit of a spoiler.
I hate that. The WWE, their push notifications will tell you who won. And in the push notification, and I try to swipe them off before I see them, but every once in a while I'm like, fuck, I accidentally read it. I wasn't trying to, but I read it. And but at least it was a surprising way, because I thought that he won clean over Velveteen Dream, but Tommaso Ciampa came out and interfered, so it made it more reliable, even though we know Velveteen Dream is going to come short here. It was a good match. I just wonder where they're going to go, because if they're not going to have Lars Sullivan chase the title, then who's going to go after Johnny Gargano? You know, it's just, there's so many contenders.
I was about to go after John Gargano, so yeah.
I know, but there's so much.
Yeah.
What do you think, Saul?
So yeah.
What?
Right. I'm not too high strung on Johnny Gargano. I think there's a lot better talent and better things that can happen.
Yeah.
He does. His matches with Tommaso Ciampa were great, so I can't take that away from him.
That was always the thing with me. I never really cared for his character, but every time he had a match, I was like, well, shit. He just did it again, you know? How can I hate that? You know, it's like you can't argue with performance.
Yeah.
But the character work's just not there.
The story building up to it sucks. I mean,
yeah. And his whole promo, I was kind of cringing when he was like, "I'm still the same Johnny Gargano.
Pick me up.
I'm just going a little darker," and I'm like, "Whatever, you know, you lost me a long time ago."
Candice LeRae,
right?
the black lipstick and shit. What the fuck did she do?
They both did it. She distracted him. She was like, "Oh, hey, Alistair. Ooh, come here. I'm all alone." You know.
I'm all alone here with nobody beside.
Is this some kind of gimmick that she's like a witch or some shit?
Oh.
No, she's a succubus.
Are evil.
That's right.
Well,
wait, no, that's not true, because no man is ever truly good, and no man is ever truly evil.
T-shirt that says so.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's the rumors this week, guys? What do we got?
T-shirt.
Yeah, oh. Okay, I actually would hate to just bring this up right now, but CM Punk.
Ben gets all caught up in the moment. Oh.
CM Punk returning to MMA. CM Punk returning to MMA.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's actually well, he is trying talking about being a commentator for MMA.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing. That's why it wasn't really a big deal when I heard about it, because I knew he was talking about doing commentating job. When he said when he got fired in UFC.
I'm just trying to just see something.
For you guys that don't know, actually, CM Punk does do a commentating job on a show on Netflix. I don't remember the name of the show, but it's like one of those Ultimate Ninja Warrior type shows there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like one of those kind of shows.
Yeah.
That he does commentary on, and he's already on second season. Now, I haven't really gave it a look, but apparently he's already a commentator on the show.
We're actually going to be talking about Nitro actually declining the WWE's offer. Which okay, yeah, I actually
You said
don't know
Nacho?
Okay, so it's Tetsuya Naito actually declined WWE's offer that they were actually trying to.
You
like,
said
offer
Ted
him
Sawyer Nacho?
Okay. No, it's okay.
The show is called Ultimate Beast Master.
Oh, I've seen that.
You seen it?
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes. Of the
Yeah,
first
he
season.
does commentary on it.
Uh-oh.
Is that what you said, Ben?
I
Ted,
can't remember the name of it.
Ted Sawyer Nacho?
No, it's just. Oh, okay. Okay, Street. Can you? Okay, Street. I don't know if you can pronounce this word.
Okay.
You pronounce it, Ben. What does it say?
It's this. Hang on. No, it's this one sheet. It's that one. I can't pronounce his first word. I can't pronounce the first name of it.
That's what I've said. Ted Sawyer Nacho. Anyway, Ben, what about him?
Yeah, go on, Ben. Continue.
Yeah, WWE. They have actually offered. I think they actually.
Well, it's
offered
probably the
him
smart
a
thing, because
contract
unless he
with that.
speaks fluent English, they're just going to bury him like they do everybody who doesn't speak fluent English. It's not a racist thing, it's just what, well, it probably is on WWE's part, but I'm not pointing it out. What?
Oh.
I was joking with a friend at work about the Kurt Angle match, and I was all like, I could hear Kurt Angle in the backstage saying, "Oh, Drew McIntyre, he's a great young man. I'd love to go out there and let him get a win over me." Like I was playing it off like joking about it, but here it says, Sports Illustrated notes that the Kurt Angle versus Drew McIntyre match on Raw this week was put together by Angle and Vince McMahon.
Sounds about right.
Angle wanted to go out there and take the loss.
Yep.
Hang on.
So I have a little bit.
big
I got a little bit right here, real quick, Ben. Stone Cold Steve Austin is now Stone Cold sober. What?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that's right.
No more alcohol for the rattlesnake.
Got a health problem.
Wow.
No, not a health problem. It's more of like he's on a health kick. Like he says, he's healthier than he's ever. He's feeling really healthy, and he's like trying to stick with it, you know, and get better and, you know, more healthy. And so that's part of it to him.
Get more healthy, guys.
You guys heard anything about the rumors about Chris Jericho supposedly opening his own wrestling promotion?
There's too many. There's too many promotions. There's already one big one. It's like somebody else saying they're going to make Marvel movies. It just never works. Well, I guess it did with Venom.
Well, it does work depending on where they're located. If that location doesn't really have, like, a wrestling training camp or, like, a promotion there, then it'll reach out to people there to, you know, that want to wrestle or have.
He's going to put his boat in the ocean for all the pirates who can't watch WWE. He's already doing the boat shows. He's already set up for it.
But you know what I mean.
But supposedly it's supposed to be Chris Jericho, J.R. Ross, or J.R., and the family that owns the Jacksonville Jaguars are supposed to be filming it.
How do people say
It's supposed
Jaguars?
to start within the next 12 to 16 months. And some superstars such as I'm not reading this, I'm trying to remember. The Young Bucks, Adam Page, and Cody Rhodes have confirmed that they would be starring on it.
Interesting.
That's the last I seen about it. There was no, the article that I had read said there was no word from Kenny Omega whether he would participate in it or not. But I don't know. I think Sheep's right. There's so many promotions now, and we don't have time to watch. I don't have time to watch TNA and Ring of Honor and New Japan and ICW and all this other shit. But I feel like if Chris Jericho goes through this, I'll definitely watch this and have a sense of pride of watching this from its first show onward, because I love Chris Jericho, and I think that Chris Jericho and JR would have a great company, and I think it would give a lot of
WWE
superstars
buys them out.
No, I don't think he would work with Vince like that. I think that would be I think that's the whole idea. It'd be a great opportunity for people who don't get treated right in the WWE to go over there. I mean, I guess like Sheep says, there's other promotions that could do that.
Yeah, there's other promotions as well.
But I would
doesn't
imagine...
Diamond Styles Page have his own promotion or something like that?
No, he just got DDP Yoga.
Yeah. Oh.
But a lot of people might like the idea of starting something new, being, you know, the originator, being the first one,
Originator.
a whole new show. And I think it'd be a good place to go for people that I'm tired of seeing be just buried and not used on WWE, like people like Tyler Breeze and Ty Dillinger and guys like that could go over there and be superstars elsewhere. Just Cody Rhodes.
I guess so.
I think it could be interesting. And Chris Jericho is obviously a guy who loves wrestling.
Yeah, but
I mean, who leaves the WWE to go and wrestle for these smaller promotions, taking smaller checks in their free time? You know what I mean? Like he can just sit around. Like everyone has the argument about Brock Lesnar taking a part-time contract and da-da-da-da-da. Like Jericho could be doing something similar, but he's going and wrestling for small paychecks. Wow, it's continuing to chill on his own. You know what I mean?
Is this really just a thing that... No, okay. I'm just like not even going to mention that this whole...
But I really do kind of think, as much as I love Chris Jericho, I think part of it is coming from a narcissistic kind of aspect, where he's like, I need to go overseas and do all these things to prove that I'm the GOAT. Like, he wants those accolades and that cred, and he earned it. Like, against Kenny Omega and stuff like that, definitely. You know, that's wise career decisions is what he's doing. He's making very wise career decisions.
Yeah, definitely.
And at this point, I don't think that would be a wise career decision without the explicit backing of Vince McMahon.
To open a promotion?
Yeah. Vince would shut him the fuck out if he did it behind Vince's back.
I guess so.
You don't think so?
Because couldn't he technically do that? With that idea, couldn't he do that with any promotion?
Here's what happens. Chris Jericho, you can fight some people a little bit harder and a little bit nastier just because of the personal vendetta. Vince McMahon is very known to hold grudges. You go behind Vince McMahon's back and try to compete with his show, he's going to put all his pay-per-views when you're trying to put your pay-per-views. He's going to put his shows as close to your shows as he possibly can. He's going to do everything possible to blacklist your ass out of it. I mean, it's not wise to make enemies like that. I don't think he does it without the explicit backing. I don't think he does it without the explicit backing of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Or at the very least Triple H or Stephanie or Shane or something. That's just one sheep's opinion.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get going.
As far as I know, I don't think we have anything else really to cover here tonight. We covered all the rumors and stuff, and Raw was just so bad, we kind of went through it pretty fast.
Are you a jumbuck?
Yeah. Are you?
Are you a jumbuck?
Yeah.
Is that what you are? Sheepshifter?
Yeah. Are
You
you
a jumbuck?
Yeah, and Benjamin is a bogan.
I'm actually not a bogan. I'm actually not a bogan.
Yeah, you're a bogan.
Okay, I actually will just keep sheep up to date. Well, Saw up to date. A jumbuck is a sheep.
What's a bogan?
Male sheep.
A bogan is not replying.
A what?
Oh. Okay. Hang on a second. There.
Alright, you guys have a good night.
Alright.
Yep.
You don't know your own slang, Ben?
Well, I was about to just talk about like the whole Raw rush hour. Apparently that's down now.
Alright, yeah. I don't think we have anything else for news.
One little one. Raw getting cut to a firm 3 hours. No overrun.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know how sometimes they'll run like 10 minutes late?
Yeah.
They'll run like, 10:05 or 10:10. No more. They have to cut off at 10 o'clock no matter what.
So no
Hard
overruns
deadline.
now.
Hard deadline.
No overruns. I've always hated the overruns though.
Yeah, because I'm trying to do something else usually when it ends. I'm like, hurry up and end so I can go do whatever it is I need to do.
Yeah. Same.
But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is, and you know it is it. Affirmative. I got you, Roger, Roger.
Roger, Rabbit. Alright guys, so that's it for Dat Wrasslin Podcast, episode 37. Thanks for stopping in. Stop in again next time. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that little bell notification
And
stuff
all the
too.
buttons.
Hit all the buttons.
Yep.
Smash, drop kick, RKO, out of nowhere. Just,
Yeah, tell your whole family just to subscribe and also hit the like button. I don't know
Indeed.
why.
Your whole
The
family. Mom, grandma,
Yeah, the whole family.
kids, uncle.
Remember, Dat Wrasslin Podcast.
That's right.
Every
Yeah, even the person
Sunday.
right behind you.
2 a.m. every Sunday, Eastern Time. You know it.